focused he is on the task at hand.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
And they are underway. Round number 1 of this much-anticipated scheduled 8-round bout. Good block there by Mike Tyson. It's hard to touch Roy Jones Jr. with a clean glove. But if he can, his opponent does have power.
Yes, he does have power, and he has a chance to catch Roy. And Roy gives you this chance, clean. Because Roy will make you miss, but he'll do it naked. He'll do it with his hands down. If you catch him, bang, you catch him with everything.
Tyson's got to feel that right there. He was just tagged by a big uppercut. What a damaging blow. Nice hook upstairs. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Tyson's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. That's a huge hook, returning fire that time. And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date. He wants to get to it.
Wow, what an uppercut. Jones is at his best when the combinations are landing. Wow, was Roy Jones Jr. stunned right there. Solid on the mark. Beautifully shot, straight punch right on the mark.
Like an arrow and not shot by Cupid.
Roy Jones Jr. is going to keep taking this test, rising up after being knocked down. Scores well to the head with the right hand. Will you look at this? Look at this pace that these two are fighting at so early in the fight. Teddy, each man must have been determined to think they can get the other one out of here early.
Yeah, I want to see who blinks first, though. That's what's interesting to me. Who changes? They can't both keep this up.
Roy Jones Jr.'s banged around by a big uppercut. Looking good. Just grabbing onto his opponent. Oh, that's a big shot to the head. Final 10 seconds. Right back to it to the head. Roy Jones Jr. stunned by that shot. End of round 1. Okay. Well, we've seen this before. A fighter with a Jones has got to hope that these 60 seconds are going to pay off for him here. Went down hard in that last round. He's got to gather himself because you know his opponent's going to come right after him when that bell rings. Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. Mike Tyson's got to deal with a cut cheek. Both men digging in with uppercuts. Oh, what an exchange. Scored well with that right hand to the body. Tyson's doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away.
Watch the hook.
Now, your mentor, Customato, became Mike Tyson's legal guardian. Going back 30 years prior to that, he had Floyd Patterson, who at the time became the youngest heavyweight champion. Were there parallels that Cuss would make between Floyd and Mike?
There was similarities. Floyd coming from Brooklyn, Tyson came from Brooklyn. Floyd had some problems as a youth on the street. Of course, Tyson had a lot of problems. They both could punch, they both had speed, and they were both guys that boxing gave them a chance to get off the street. Actually gave them a chance to have a life.
He missed with that headshot. Targeting a left hand to the body. Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. And there's a big right hand from Roy. The final minute of a round that feels like 30 minutes, not 3 minutes.
And this is the kind of fight where you just don't want to have a loser. They're both winners.
And that had some bite to it, that right hand by Mike Tyson. Jones is making me question how his legs are right now. I'm not sure that he's all too secure and steady on those legs after that knockdown, just like he's tying up a lot here.
Yeah, well, you don't have to wonder. You're saying you're not so sure he's secure. Well, he's telling you. You know, he's right there. That's about as honest as a fight is ever going to be, is when he's clinching. He's telling you, I don't feel too good.
Tried the hook, didn't get it. 10 seconds to go in this round.
Hey, you gotta see that coming. Now let's go.
Round comes to an end here. And Teddy, I know you've had a very busy week. You've been training some pro.
Because the jab, they lose the power, so you got to teach them to keep those elbows in, punch out without any television.
Jones is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Jones is putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Reaching the halfway mark of this round.
Jab, jab.
Roy Jones Jr.'s got a way of just getting away from that punch. Mike Tyson's blocking ability is doing well for him there.
He's tight. He's tight.
And he just holds on there.
Left, right, back to the body.
Tyson's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is to block. He did it there well. And Tyson with a block punch.
Head movement, head movement.
10 clicks of the talk.
Nice work.
And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round.
Keep him in front, okay? Don't let him move around too much. Cut the ring off, then get off. Set the power shot up on the jab. Listen.
wants to bang the head and the body, all right? Downstairs, over again.
Tyson's knockdown scored is the big difference in this fight so far. As we start round number 4, he's clearly won 2 of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, he has, Joe, but his opponent should not be influenced by that. What I mean is that it's not panic time yet. You know, he still can get back in this fight just doing the things that he came here to do. Use the jab and be steady.
Good block by Mike Tyson. This is really solid defense by Mike Tyson. You see how he has his arms up in that peekaboo position, but by doing so, he's not allowing any of his opponent's punches to get in. Mike Tyson's making this so that it's becoming a very frustrating night for his opponent. I mean, when your defense is that sharp, it can just drive your opponent crazy.
Yeah, it can. First of all, it can start to break down. You know, we always look at the physical things in life and anything. You know, you're pounding a guy and you're going to break the guy down. Hey, if you're just smart, you're slick like this guy, and you're making a guy miss, you start to break him down. He's breaking the guy down that way.
Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Well timed by Roy Jones. He took a step back, landed the counter punch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
90 seconds to go in round number 4.
Keep it going.
Nice. Get that head moving.
He just missed that shot up top.
One, two.
Really frustrating his opponent now. Tyson's so defensively sound, it doesn't make for an easy target.
No, it doesn't, and it makes for a very frustrating night for his opponent. I see his opponent now, if you notice, he's getting a little tentative. He's afraid to let the punches go because when he misses, he's worried he's going to leave an opening.
Keep working the body.
That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
10 seconds to go in the 4th.
Back to the body.
This round is in the books, and it looks like the gas tank on this fighter may be heading towards empty here. What is this, a case of guys just not putting in the road work and the conditioning prior to a fight?
No, you got to figure he came in. His weight was good. Scales don't lie. We looked at the weight. He came in pretty good condition. I think what it is now he's starting to get broken down a little bit, physically and mentally. The other guy is starting to impose himself on him.
Look, he's standing straight up with that body. He needs to move that.
Halfway through this fight as this round gets underway here. Been interesting so far. Who knows what we're in store for down the stretch.
You need to block more.
Mike Tyson blocking that punch. They both decide to bring it.
That's it, just like that.
A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged.
Again.
And he's holding.
Nice work, nice work.
Jones is doing a really good job of being defensively sound, of being patient, and waiting for that golden opportunity for some offense to come in the mix.
Well, that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting for a mistake to be made. You know, he wants a lead out of his opponent right now so he can make a miss and bang, come right back with that hook.
Uppercut! Uppercut!
Oh, what a whiff by Roy Jones.
Keep your distance. Get your hands up.
Targeting each other, the exchange was something special.
There you go.
Roy Jones Jr.'s movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Each man able to land an uppercut. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Jones is showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo.
Nice!
Not able to land the headshot. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. And round 5 comes to an end.
Don't worry about it. Get in your rhythm, okay?
And we are back underway. Another round in a fight that's been very entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be a judge. This is one of those fights that could go either way. Gets rid of that body shot. At this point, he is not in good shape. He could be solid. Can he get up from this? He's done it before, but can he get up from a second time down? Roy Jones Jr. hitting the deck but rising up.
Well, when you drop your hands, you pull back, you do all those things, sooner or later there's a chance you're going to hit the deck. Now it's up to Jones to find a way to survive.
He needs to improve the accuracy a little bit. That was comical by Mike Tyson. Returns on that exchange. Tyson's making for a very, very difficult night for his opponent. His opponent knew this was coming. He knew he was going to fight on the outside, but the jab is really doing damage.
Well, his opponent knew this was coming. Why is he not blocking that jab or moving his head and getting away from it?
Halfway through round 6. Good exchange. He fires back. If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by Roy Jones.
Looking good. It's okay. Pay him back.
That's a good block by Mike Tyson. Tyson's showing us a real solid skill set here with his head movement. Teddy, how much of that is just natural athletic ability and instincts, and how much of that is being trained well?
Well, most of it's trained well. If I take a guy off the street, Joe, and he hasn't been taught anything, he's going to throw punches. But usually...
Deep breath. That's it. Now listen, I need you to keep working your body.
He has a new round in front of him, but I don't know that there's any new hope. He's been down numerous times tonight, including that last round.
You never know what a person's capable of when they're pushed to the brink. But this would be very unlikely. It would be spectacular.
Fires right back at him. Able to cover up that gut.
Keep working the jab. Good.
Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Tyson, oh, Teddy, this has got to drive his trainer crazy because he's leaving himself wide open with these sweeping shots.
Well, you talk about that old saying, leaving the barn door open, and the horses are going to go out. Well, guess what? The punches, sooner or later, they're going to come in.
Halfway through the 7th round.
Watch that!
Tyson's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found.
Get out of the way from those punches! Move your head!
Nothing there on the punch by Roy Jones.
Move your head. Move.
He's getting rid of that punch from his opponent. Well blocked by Mike Tyson. And that's the end of round 7.
Take it easy. You got it in your champ.
Let's look at Teddy's scorecard to open up round number 8 here. Jones is down. That seems pretty obvious. Worse than that, though, I don't think he could stay in there. I don't think he's got what it takes to mount a comeback.
Unless he suddenly realizes what a fighter is supposed to be all about. That's what it is. What is a fighter? A guy that throws jabs? A guy that throws right hands? A guy that pivots when he throws a punch? No, it's a guy that overcomes. It's a guy that finds a way. He's got to find that way now.
Throwing a lot of punches here. Now, his opponent is showing very good movement. What adjustments can he make to deal with that movement?
Well, Joe, when you're fighting a guy who's smart, who's hard to hit, first of all, you got to shorten those punches up. If they're wide, they have no chance at all. And you got to go to the one place that's not moving. Guess where that is? Downstairs.
Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging.
There you go.
Relax.
He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by Roy Jones.
Keep your head moving.
He engages in the clinch.
Back to the body.
You're not focusing.
Roy Jones Jr.'s got to be asking himself, at least his corner's got to be asking, can this go on like this? Can we continue to work at this work rate, throwing this many punches, and be this ineffective?
So if he was a painter, he definitely wouldn't be Rembrandt because, you know, they're not clean strokes. They're not strokes that, you know, you look at him and they're paying off for him. I mean, he's more like doing finger paints. I mean, he's just throwing stuff at that canvas, and it's not looking real pretty right now.
That hook was well off the mark. I say it all the time. You never know what you're going to get in this sport. We never thought this fight would go the distance.
No, early on, it looked like Frazier and Ali. I mean, the Thrill and Manila. Who thought we'd wind up with a little ballet down the stretch?
So all three judges give him the victory. A very good night by Mike Tyson.
I don't
Come, follow me, come, follow me. Come, follow me, come, follow me. Come, follow me.